Are you interested in purchasing a Kubota BX23S, the one with the tractor, the loader, and the backhoe? If so, watch this video and I'll go over more features and options on it. Hey guys, Zach here from Kubota Lynchburg, and today I wanted to do a general overview on the Kubota BX23S. This is the model from Kubota that comes standard with the loader and the backhoe. You have to buy it from the factory with the loader and the backhoe, but that's nice because it makes it very affordable. But I wanted to do an overview on this today because this is probably the second most popular tractor that we sell. We sell tons of these every single year because it can come with this little backhoe on the back. But it's also an affordable size tractor that's still diesel four-wheel drive and has a ton of these features and options that you can't really get unless you spend a ton more money on a bigger tractor. So to start off, I like to start at the front. So we're gonna start off with the front end loader. We're gonna go with the LA340 on this. It's basically the same loader as the other BXs, but since it comes on the BX23S, they do change the model designation. But this is loader arms, 340 kilograms of lift capacity. So you're talking about 650 pounds of lift capacity roughly. So a nice scoop of dirt, gravel, mulch, whatever you're picking up with pallet forks or anything like that. Your front bucket is a 48-inch bucket. So you're talking a 4-foot wide bucket. It is gonna more than cover your tire width on it, but still be able to get a very good scoop of dirt, gravel. It is a quick attach bucket. So if I were to pull these two levers, I could pop the bucket off in just a couple of seconds, and we can put those things on there like grapples, pallet forks, bale spears, all sorts of front angle snow blades, all sorts of different options, because this is probably the most versatile tractor that you can get from us right now, simply because the backhoe option, and of course you have the quick attach, you can put a belly mower on it. We'll go into all those details, but quick attach bucket on here. You can get a quick attach system or quick attach implements from anybody on the internet, Facebook, Craigslist, your dealership. You can go buy them from Coyote or Mahindra or Massey. It's universal, so it gives you more options. When you get the front end loader, you get a grill guard to help protect it. There's not a ton of extra protection here, so especially if you have a grapple or something on the front with this grill guard, I do recommend trying to get some extra protection, maybe welding on some mesh or buying one off aftermarket online that gives you extra protection. This will slide forward though, and if you wanted to get underneath the hood, pull up and out here, your front hood will come forward and sit there, and you can get to the engine and everything internal. So you've got your air filter here, you got coolant levels, you got a radiator screen to clean out and everything like that. Not a ton you have to do underneath the hood of these other than blow out the radiator screen and then the air filter every once in a while. Everything else is accessible from the side. As always with Kubota, nice metal hood, metal fenders. They try to make everything solid. Kubota has the #1 selling subcompact tractor for a reason. So this is a 23 horsepower tractor. Your rear PTO, so if you're to run tillers or bush hogs or something like that, has 17.7 PTO horsepower. So you could easily run like a 4-foot bush hog or a 4.5-foot tiller, post hole diggers, box blades, grading scrapers, you name it. Even though right now it has the backhoe on it, it still has the option to run all these other attachments and implements. So we're going to talk tire options next. This one does have the industrial tires on it. You can get basically 3 total tire options. You can get industrials, you can get the R14 hybrids, and you can get turf tires. The reason you might want to get turf tires is because on this one you can get a mid-mount belly mower. So you can put a 54 or a 60-inch mower deck, either drive over or the standard pull-out style mower deck. Everybody has a personal preference which way. It's an internet debate. Either drive over or standard style is better. You know, there's pros and cons to each. Other videos will tell you a little bit more about it, but you can put a 54, 60-inch belly mower on this tractor. So you can do all your projects around the house and cut the grass. I recommend the industrial tires on the BX23S. The reason being is this tractor is going to weigh more than a standard BX because when you have the backhoe on, that's a lot of extra weight. With the backhoe on, the loader on, the fluid filled tires, you do weigh over 3,000 pounds of this tractor. And these industrial R4 tires, they have thicker sidewalls and thicker ply, so they're less likely to come off the rim under heavy load. So I prefer the industrial tires, but to each their own. If we go around to the back, this is the true fun of a Kubota BX23S, is your standard factory backhoe on it. This one just came in. We still have the slow moving vehicle sign zip tied to the back, but this backhoe has a 6-foot dig depth. So this tiny little thing can dig down 6 feet. So if you're trying to get to your water lines, you're trying to dig trenches, you're trying to put in electrical lines, you've got plenty of dig depth to it. You actually have a surprising amount of dig power. For a subcompact tractor, the smallest tractors made, to have a backhoe and still have the amount of power that this gives you, it's impressive. So digging up stumps, roots, rocks, again, those electrical lines, it makes it easy. You already have the pinpoints here for if you were to put a mechanical thumb on here. Let's say you're digging 3 feet deep and you come across a big rock and you can't scoop it up in the bucket. You could put a thumb on here and you can actually kind of grab with the bucket and that thumb, pick it up and go set it off to the side. I borrowed these once a couple years ago. We had a used one and I borrowed it, perks of the job. Took it home because we had a water line leaking in my front yard. Dug out probably a 30-foot section, 4 foot deep, and maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours as we were trying to find where the leak was coming from. Very surprising how much power this will have. The best thing about this backhoe is it will come on and off the tractor in less than 2 minutes. No tools, no effort required. You just have to do it in the right sequence. So if I were to show you today, it'd take me longer because I don't do it all the time, but I do have other videos out there of my mechanics and my guys taking them on and off. But you can take this backhoe off. You basically use your stabilizer arms. They come down. They take the weight off the pins that are holding it into the frame of the tractor, pull a release on those pins from either side. It'll pick itself up out the cradle arms and sit down on the ground. And all you have to do then is disconnect some hydraulic hoses and this backhoe will come off. No tools, no effort required. You can then put your 3-point hitch on. If you're looking at a new one and you're not looking at it from our dealership, because if you buy it from Kubota Lynchburg, it comes with a 3-point hitch. That's standard. You have to get it with a 3-point. But make sure if you're looking at a new one from another dealership that they are going to throw in or include or even buy that 3-point hitch kit because you're going to want it. But you can put your 3-point hitch. It'll then look exactly like any other BX series tractor would. That'll have a 3-point on the back for running those implements. So that's the joys of this backhoe. It's easy to use, it's easy to run, it's easy to take on and off, and it's very easy to maintain. You just keep it very well greased. That is probably the most important thing about a BX23S. Grease, 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 and grease some more, and it'll make your life easier. If you are buying a new one, and I hate to have to say this, but if you are buying a new one, there is a 1 in 5 chance that one of these fittings or couplers will start to leak after you've used it for an hour or two. We try to tighten everything as well as we can from the factory and then set up. There's a lot of hoses and couplers on here until you get it really hot under hydraulic pressure. Yep, zoom in underneath. You'll see all these different lines and pieces. There's a chance that one of those might not be snugged up just well enough. Just grab yourself an adjustable wrench, snug it up, and you'll be fine. So, hate to have to say that, but it is a piece of equipment built by man, and I do run into that all the time, but it's pretty standard. So, if we go into our operator station, Kubota does make a very nice deluxe operator station. Lots of room, lots of foot room. I'm 5 foot 10.5 inches, and you can slide the seat forward and back to make it a little bit more comfortable. So there's a lot of room here. You even have a tilt steering column, make it more comfortable to use. This is a hydrostatic transmission with 2 ranges. You've got a high and a low range. Anytime you're doing heavy work, please keep it in low. If you're going from one side of the property to the other, you can go ahead and throw it in high range, and it is easy to use. You also have your PTO levers here. You can choose between rear, mid, and everything like that. So if you put that belly mower on, you could run the belly mower. What I wanted to show you guys was basically the seat flipping to it. So you can adjust your seat forward and back for more comfortable, but if you flip this all the way forward, there's a little bar on the front that says pull up. It even tells you what to do. So you pull up on the bar. It's going to disconnect your seat here, and it'll spin around, and it locks in there. And look at this. Now I can use my backhoe. Now I can sit here. It has a little step that you can step on. Go here, here. It's a little tight. If I was about 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches taller, I might not fit so well. I'd have to lean back and come behind it. It is a little tight, but again, for somebody of my size, I fit very comfortably. So if you're anything less than 6'5", you'd be comfortable. I have a customer who's about 6'8", 6'9", and he has one of these. Sometimes he will actually leave the seat facing forward. He will kneel on the seat, lean over, and use the controls because it's a little bit more comfortable for him. Some people will do other things that I can't talk about because it's not recommended from the factory for creeping this forward and back while using the backhoe or pushing it forward and back with the actual backhoe arm. Don't put your parking brake on. I would recommend having your parking brake on and your front end loader down for better stability. So again, backhoe control is very easy to use. Then you can flip the seat forward. You can use your loader and all your other implements. So for a 23 horsepower subcompact 4-wheel drive hydrostatic tractor, this is about as good as it gets. Right now, as of today, April 2023. These are about, and it depends on your dealer and what they throw in tire options, around $24,000 to $25,000. So for a subcompact with all these features and options, it's really good. So give the Kubota BX23S a shot. You will not be disappointed.